In the United States, it is commonplace to overuse energy. Daily, we commute using machines that weigh 10 to 20 times more than we do. The way we exploit energy is hurting our Earth and our health. Some argue it is habit. We were raised this way. It is far more convenient. However, at Redmond High School, a small group of students, under the direction of Mr. Town, are trying to change this. Together, we tried to answer these questions. How can we reduce and reuse energy to combat global climate change? Also, how can we let others know of our ideas and actions? We decided it would have to start here, at our very own Redmond High School.
Each one of our projects had two parts. The first was how much could we actually save, or how much could we theoretically save if we put it into practice. The second part was how would we let other people know what we were doing.
We're trying to figure out the feasibility of either expanding our existing solar systems or using the money that we have from contests to put up a windmill instead.
To find the best site for a wind turbine, we took measurements from 6 different areas around the school.
So this is a screen that's hooked up to our weather station up on the roof. And we have here a graph of the wind speeds in the last 24 hours.
To show Redmond High School students what we were doing with our solar energy, we fixed this solar display.
The panel shows a live feed of the solar panels that we have already, and they produce enough electricity to power a few classrooms the entire year.
Doubling our photovoltaic system would save about 1,500 additional pounds of CO2 per year. The type of windmill we've chosen to apply for, if granted, will save another 1,500 pounds of CO2 annually. We're looking at a 1.8 kilowatt SkyStream turbine manufactured by Southwest Wind Power. Our wind resource is adequate to support installation. Total approximate cost is estimated at $10,000. We estimate the annual production at 40 to 50 feet above ground to be 5,000 kilowatt hours. We've discovered that the most economical option for us is to expand the current photovoltaic array that we have out there. And we're also using our contacts at Puget Sound Energy and Wind Powering America. We applied for a grant from them, and we want to get a wind turbine out of that.
The goal of this project was to reduce the electricity used by lighting in and around Redmond High, resulting in money saved and carbon dioxide emissions reduced. Using these measurements, in the cafeteria and adjacent wings, we turn off lights before school when light is streaming in and more after lunch hour.
The light panel that controls all the lighting in the cafeteria. On sunny days, we just flips them off. You know, real simple process, but it saves a lot of carbon dioxide from being emitted. So just off go some lights. just all day, just, you know.
Turning off lights will have saved the school $211 by the end of the 2008-2009 school year. Also, 2,791 pounds of carbon dioxide will be prevented from entering the atmosphere. Planned light replacements will also save $1,045 a year and will prevent 13,849 pounds of carbon dioxide from being emitted.
With a rough estimate, I estimated that about 500 cars drive to and from our school every day. We went about trying to reduce that number.
To encourage students to ride the bus, we'll set up an incentive system. So each time a student rides the bus, they'll get a raffle ticket. And at the end of the week, they can turn their raffle tickets into the box, and we'll draw 5 names out of the box, and each winner will receive a gift card to places like REI or the movie theater. We found that the average student drives about 6 miles round trip to school, and that the average car gets about 20 miles per gallon. Therefore, every time the student drives to school and back, they release 6 pounds of CO2 into the atmosphere.
Buses have a fuel efficiency of 5 miles per gallon, drive an average of 10 miles round trip, and have an average of 40 riders. Using these figures, we figured out there was 1 pound of CO2 released for every bus rider. Therefore, we concluded that 5 pounds would be saved per day for every student that switched from driving their car to riding the bus. We figured this because buses travel on average 10 miles, and 5 miles per gallon fuel efficiency equals 2 gallons per round trip. Times the 20 pounds of CO2 released for every gallon is 40 pounds of CO2 released per day. And if you divide that by the 40 students riding the bus, that's 1 pound of CO2 released per student. On the other hand, a car travels on average 6 miles. Divided by 20 miles per gallon, fuel efficiency is 0.3 gallons per trip. Times the 20 pounds of CO2 released for every gallon, that equals 6 pounds of CO2 released per student per day, as compared to the 1 pound released by the bus. Our plan was successful because the average number of students who rode the bus from Monday to Friday was increased by 25. If every student who rides a bus saves 5 pounds of CO2, and we had 25 students riding the bus for 5 days, that's 625 pounds of CO2 saved in 1 week. Our staff here at Redmond High School is also encouraged to reduce round trips to the school by carpooling.
Our goal is to save 25,000 pounds of carbon emissions by encouraging Redmond High School staff to carpool for 1,000 separate instances over the course of the school year.
Do you ever carpool?
In our carpool program, we went to every single teacher individually and asked them if they could carpool with other fellow teachers. They were all very cooperative. January 27, 2009, teachers have saved 15,377 pounds of carbon dioxide, 701 gallons of gas, and 389 car trips.
Every week, students go to designated classrooms and pick up recycling. Our goal is to reduce 17 tons of carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere by recycling over 9,000 pounds of paper.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow.
Here at Redmond High School, we've decided to have a battery, printer cartridge, and cell phone drive. And so far, we've collected over 60 pounds of batteries, over 200 cell phones, and over 50 print cartridges. To let students know about our drive, we put posters like these around the school.
You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there.
Here we have 80 pounds of batteries.
Based on current trends, we were easily able to reach our goal in the 2008-2009 school year by recycling over 9,715 pounds, which equals over 17 tons of carbon dioxide.
Help to divert 30 pounds of compost to recycling from the trash every day.
It all goes in here and gets turned into compost.
We explained the process in one of our school's weekly announcement videos.
Composting. It's a green bag and put the bottle without the cap on in the recycling.
At first, people were really confused. Then they got the hang of it.
On average, we collect about 37.4 pounds of compost every day and about 14.5 pounds of recycling every day at lunch. Overall, this will project to save us about 17 tons of carbon dioxide from being released into the atmosphere.